I was sent a piece of news earlier talking about a new t-shirt that Primark has been forced to remove. This isn't exactly a new thing. High street retailers are often being forced to remove items of clothing for being too offensive to sell. However, the reason I was sent this was because it was a Walking Dead t-shirt, and I'm known as a bit of a fan. So let's take a look at this racist t-shirt, shall we? Okay, so we have a quote from Negan and Lucille. The barbed wire bat dripping with blood. I see no mention of race, racial discrimination, racial superiority, or anything else that may lead anyone to believe that the t-shirt is actually racist. The article says Primark have boycotted a racist The Walking Dead t-shirt from its shops after customers complained about the emblazoned phrase "eeny, meeny, miny, mo" used on them. So, for those of you who don't know, Negan, the new villain of The Walking Dead, lined up Rick's group at the end of the last season and proceeded to brain one of the poor characters. He chose his victim using the most common method used for choosing things: eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Well, I mean, spoiler alert, but nothing about the scene in the show is racist. He's using eeny, meeny, miny, mo to pick his victim. Ian Lucraft, one shopper who definitely doesn't tune into The Walking Dead, complained after coming across one of the shirts in a Sheffield Primark. Well, I mean, if he doesn't tune into the show, what is there to get? It's just a t-shirt for a show you don't watch, most likely relating to something in the show that you're not aware of. Regardless, Ian Butthurt Lucraft cried racism, like a twisted version of The Boy Who Cried Wolf being retold for social justice. Speaking to the Sheffield Star, he said, "It was fantastically offensive, and I can only assume that no one in the process of ordering it knew what they were doing or were aware of its subliminal messages." Well, Ian, the subliminal message of this t-shirt is that the wearer watches The Walking Dead, and I haven't heard any links between watching a zombie TV show and racism as of yet. The slogan is "eeny, meeny, miny, mo." It stops there, but of course, we all know what the original said. Yes, we do. It was "eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by the toe. If it hollers, let it go. My mother told me to pick the very best one, and you are it." Then he smashed in a skull with Lucille while everyone looked on horrified. Or, for our non-fans out there, it apparently used to be "catch a nigger by his toe," which I would assume is a reference to slaves running or some such thing. But we all know it's "catch a tiger" by now, surely. I never ran around the playground talking about catching black people. The graphic has a large American baseball bat wrapped around with barbed wire and covered with blood. This image relates directly to the practice of assaulting black people in America. No it doesn't, fucktard. It relates directly to Negan smashing in skulls in the zombie apocalypse. Racist assaults are not being in any way advertised by the t-shirt, the manufacturer, Primark, AMC, Robert Kirkman, or Jeffrey Dean Morgan. He goes on to say it is directly threatening of a racist assault, which it isn't. He says, "If I were a black man faced by a wearer, I would know just where I stood," presumably faced by someone who watches The Walking Dead, at which point you'd think, "That man likes his zombies," or "That's a pretty swanky looking t-shirt right there." I'd also like to point out the fact that Ian isn't black. He's a white guy sticking up for black people because some ignorant fuckwads like him might think the wearer is wearing a shirt referring to a racist phrase that hasn't been commonplace for decades, most likely not in his lifetime. This is our world, people. You can't wear t-shirts for the shows you like because some libtard might try and relate it to an outdated phrase that hasn't been used regularly since long before most of us were born. A spokesperson said the t-shirt in question is licensed merchandise for the US television series The Walking Dead, and the quote and image are taken directly from the show. Any offence caused by its design was wholly unintentional. At this point he should have stopped. He has fully explained the t-shirt left no room for questioning its integrity, and anyone still upset by the t-shirt should have gone and looked up the context in which the line was used. However, he didn't. The company showed itself to be entirely ruled by the loud-mouthed, easily offended minority, and the spokesperson apologised on behalf of Primark and announced they had removed the product from sale. So if you're a fan of the show and you've got a little cash to spare, join me because I think it's time for us to go buy the t-shirt and wear it with pride. I can't find anywhere stocking the exact t-shirt sold by Primark. However, Amazon and the official Walking Dead store have a similar version available from £8.95 or $8.31 if you're American, and the Skybound store has a comic book version for sale as well. Support the show, stand up to this bullshit, There are links down below. I've been Cynical North. They've been Retarded Asshats. Hope you've enjoyed. See you next time.